Let's begin now.
You know, today, I just woke up and I said, no, instead of waiting on a good day,
say it to me, Santos.
waiting around through ups and downs, waiting on something to happen, I just said,
Riding and preaching.
that's right.
I actually have to post the news at the radio stations, but there were 2 major earthquakes overnight in Turkey, well, overnight in our land in Turkey. And you know what I find weird? I didn't know you could have earthquakes when it was cold, because it looks cold there. For some reason, I thought the ground had to be warm. I don't know why I thought that. I just thought that because of the ones I've been in. That's really all I guess I'm going on. Isn't that weird? I never knew, because it looked like it was snowing there. But like to have a 7.2 as the second one, that's gotta suck. I have heard Turkey's a really pretty city, especially as far as architecture and stuff. I've never been there. So I hope, I don't know, I saw like this fish tank wobbling back and forth. I was bummed out about that. The one thing we need to really discuss is this fucking, I'm hurrying and getting through the news. I have to post it at both radio stations. So I'm doing that real quick because I didn't know this was starting system. You know, what the Republicans are doing with regard to the balloon is unbelievable. Like, they're almost inferring that Biden is like, you know, because he didn't shoot it down, that we're weak in the military, which ironically, if we're weak in the military, why do you want to cut the military budget all of a sudden? It's just so odd. One guy related it to, like, I don't know, doing something after the touchdown, which, no, Joe Scarborough said it perfectly. He was like, no, it's more like the wide receiver getting open and being way downfield, wide open. Because what did he expect? The thing to be, what are they trying to rationalize? That the thing should have been blown up wherever, over Chicago or something? I found it hard to believe how quick it got from Wyoming to the Carolinas. And then the other thing is, how are the Chinese trying to turn this around on us? They're giving us shit for blowing the fucking thing down. What the fuck? And then I have so much to say about this. And then even further, don't they have satellites? There's no way we still use fucking balloons to spy on people. Do we? Balloons? Didn't that go out with like, what is it called? Conspiracies, when people would report UFOs like there would be weather balloons. Pamela Anderson's coming up on Morning Joe. And also coming up, even though it already aired, but I guess I was supposed to announce it yesterday. At Sunset Daily are the 2023 Grammy Awards Red Carpet Live. That aired on Sunset Daily last night, but you can still see it, like now. As a matter of fact, I'm posting it right now. It's replaying again in 3 minutes and 58 seconds. People at Entertainment Weekly, because we have we post their shit. We have a deal with them or whatever. And Entertainment Weekly. Oh, people at Entertainment Weekly are the same thing. No wonder we get shit from both of them. Oh, I didn't know that. Unless they're doing it together. Are they the same company now? But they're a part of Sunset Daily. And TMZ, too. That's all I will allow, quite frankly, so far. I don't know. We gotta listen to that stupid State of the Union tomorrow, and I'm just, like, not into it. But I am posting a story that I'm not going to listen to, and nor am I going to bore us with it. However, it does get into what to expect from the Biden State of the Union address Tuesday. See, my problem with the State of the Union is it's not real. Like Roosevelt or someone, Truman, someone, I forget, someone was like, dude, our State of the Union sucks. We need to do this shit, this shit, this shit, this shit. That's the way the State of the Union should be. Now it's all bullshit. You just say, hear ye, you say a sentence and then everybody goes, hear ye, clap. Half the place stands up, half doesn't. It's weird. But that whole rationale with between the Republicans' rationale and the Chinese rationale with regard to the balloon, fuck you. Okay, I don't know how else to say it. Go fuck yourselves. Matter of fact, go fuck yourselves up the ass. Make it hurt. Because you're stupid people. Hey, did you know that Sheryl Crow has an old lady crush on Harry Styles? I'm just telling you that because people posted it. And I just found it very odd that that's the thing. Actually, what I thought was the picture, who happens to be Sheryl Crow, I thought it was this girl that's in a commercial for the things you put in the bathroom, like glass or whatever. I just find that woman very attractive for some reason. She's very tall, astute, the way she talks in the commercial. I don't think she's a major actor, but she pulls that commercial off. But yeah, man, the Chinese surveillance balloon, I guess the federal debt ceiling, of course, jobs, of course, will all be a part of tomorrow's State of the Union address. I don't know why the Chinese surveillance balloon is, or would be. So are half the people going to clap on that? I mean, unless he tells the truth and says, something's really wrong with me, dude. I just turned my left. Something is seriously wrong with me. I have the monitor on to my left, and this commercial for a bra came on, and I quickly turned to my left, like I'm in 4th grade. What the fuck? I'd like not to be that way, please. Where my first reaction is to look at the female. Yeah, I watched that Alpha Males. The only saving grace is if there's a show or movie out that's entitled Alpha Males, and they do stuff that's like they do the same stupid things I do. I don't know why I do it. I don't know why I can't grow. Why can't I evolve and not consider women to be just beautiful and soft and stuff? I don't know why. My first reaction is so 80s, where, remember in the 80s, where in the 90s or whatever, I don't know if it's still the same, but when the guy hangs out with the girl for a lengthy period of time, and he insists he wants to be just friends. I call bullshit on that 100% of the time, especially back in the 80s and 90s, because 100% of the time why guys would hang out with women was to eventually get the woman. Yeah. There was no ifs, ands, ways, or buts. I mean, I don't really... And I wasn't alone in that weird, horrifying mentality. Even if I didn't mean to, it would somehow evolve that way. So maybe it's you women that plant that seed. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, in our news wrap yesterday at WSCA, Navy divers are working to recover debris from the suspected Chinese surveillance balloon that was shot down off the coast of Carolina, and ridiculed by the Republicans because they said our military wasn't capable of shooting down this fucking weather balloon. Well, it wasn't a weather balloon. I have so many questions. Okay, first, second, third. You're telling me that whatchamacallit? You're telling me that they don't have satellites to spy on us? Why can't they spy on us through satellites like we do and like MI6 does? You know what I mean? Here comes our new recording artist, Ocelot. I had to give some douchebag shit. And I'm sorry. I'm so sick of the music industry. As you know, we have multiple labels and a music supervision company, a music licensing, a music publishing company, whatever. It's not a traditional music publishing company in the sense that we own all the copyrights. We just administrate them and act like we own them. But anyway, that's put in layman terms. And so, it's hard, when you're looking for distribution or to get into stores and you're looking for people to get you into certain outlets, they ask you, like, for your URL of your label. And we have 2/3, if you count the music publishing company, the supervision company. So I gave them the, main SCA sunset-usa.com. So I haven't been to it in a while, but, like, I know, like, the first 2 sections are about the TV, okay? The TV station. Then, if you scroll down one more, it says, we stand for artistry and artist development. In essence, I think it even says, here's our music, SCA Sunset Music Division. And then it has the 3 labels. So I just figure anybody with any form of a brain could scroll down just a tiny bit. And just click into one of those things that say, the label name, for instance, and then look at the label that way. Then they could go and do it with the other one and look at the publishing company that way. Then they could do it with the other one and look at the label that way. Like, evidently, that's confusing to these people. I mean, there's so many dumbasses on this fucking planet. It is unbelievable. Like, it is just unbelievable. I don't know if it's lazy or condescending. Like, the guy fucking has the audacity to tell me more about your labels. Where you sent us was confusing. And I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. If you're too lazy to scroll down a milli-inch to figure it out, we certainly don't want you near our shit, you fucking freak. God, and most of all, get the fuck out of the music business. There are so many people like this. Okay? We're going to prove it. We're going to upend it. As soon as I get this settled, we're going to fucking put out Ocelot. I told you that our latest recording artist just walked by, and we're going to put it out by August and get it on the Grammy nomination ballot. And we're going to show you how fucking pathetic the music industry is. And I'm also doing an article about each and every one of these companies I've come across. Some of which are just, it's not corrupt, it's just antiquated, fucking horrible programming. Like, everyone has not done any, except for the latest batch in the pyramid scheme thing. None of these people have done anything since 2007 or pre that. And it shows. And it's starting to come to its head because people are changing and this and that, and, they have to kind of scramble from a programming point of view. And from a programming point of view, it's kind of hard to go back and deal. So it's almost better to start over, or not start over, but it's really hard. Like, for instance, I think we were talking about the platform that doesn't allow an ISRC to be reused. I mean, dude, I get it. In 2007, who would have thought of that? Who would have thunk it? Who would have thought of that? Seriously, I get it. By the same token, none of my contracts reflect the YouTube getting money publishing from YouTube, so they all have to be revamped. Setting aside they're all on this hard drive that's dead. I have to pay like $500 to get it back, and my fucking cat is driving me nuts again with him going in and outside for 4 seconds. My God, drives me fucking nuts. I don't get it. He opens it. Remember, it's on my balcony. So he goes out, realizes it's 2 degrees out, and then comes back in 4 seconds later. Meanwhile, this entire fucking house is freezing because he needs to have the back goddamn door open for 4 seconds. It's just a pain in my ass. I'm telling you, it's like, take your fucking pet to work every day for me. This was the biggest miscalculation. Biggest miscalculation was working from home and having animals run around. Don't do that. It's a pain in the ass if you want to get work done. Anyway, in our news, our Sunday news that was posted, and I was supposed to go over yesterday, and I didn't because, by the way, I'm going to announce something in a second. The balloon, which I just, I get the Republican stance in the sense that, whatchamacallit, they have to just go against it. But it's just such odd behavior. Like how they're rationalizing things is just odd. It makes no sense, except the dumbasses. Which, again, I guess there's plenty of dumbasses. There's more dumbasses than not. So, well, no. You know what? The majority of America, at least, is less dumbassy than the real dumbasses. However, the Republicans still cater to the dumbasses of all dumbasses because they can do it. That's why they do it. Because those fucking people listen and go, yeah, you're right. Chinese space lasers are coming out of that Jewish guy's eyes. Is that what it was? I can't even. It was talked about in Congress last week. It's ridiculous. Oh, cool. You know what? Hey, there's changes. New Hampshire Party official statements on there's changes in the New Hampshire thing, which I think is kind of good. I think they were changing that Glitters Gulch thing where you vote, the first 13 people vote in the whole entire country. Like we have to wait for those fucking people to vote. I don't know, what is the deal? I'm not going to sit here and bore us with it, even though I'll talk about it and bore us with it that way. But I'm trying not to pay attention is what I'm trying to do. But I could understand. God, I'm fucking all over. It's triple, quadruple folded because the Republicans are expected to do whatever. But like to say that it's the military weakness, go fuck yourself. Our military is second to none, so go fuck yourself. Go fuck your fucking self. This is, of course, the same person that wants Russians as part of its military. But setting that aside, go fuck yourself. Don't talk about my fucking military then. The only thing I regret in life is not doing military. I went a bad route in life. And I should have gone that route. Because I wouldn't have even seen war, but I would have had camaraderie and a better head on my shoulders, and I wouldn't have wasted 4 years of my life, or 3. Well, it ended up wasting like 20. Picking up all the shit. But anyway, Pakistan's former president, Pervez Musharraf, died at the age of 79, and I didn't even know. I don't give a fuck. Do I care? If he was a former president, I'm sure he did something stupid to us. So, he should have died way sooner if he was part of any of those terrorist things. Fuck you. This news sucks. And Beyonce had a chance to make history at the 65th annual Grammy Awards that were aired last night and that we are airing the red carpet pre-whatever as we speak now. And last night. Also today on Sunset Fitness, well officially right now, hang on, Sunset Fitness. Officially right now, airing on Sunset Fitness. Holy shit, I'm not reading all this. Fuck that. It's a step-by-step workout to do something. The worst fitness YouTuber ever. I guess it's a story Athlean X is doing on the it's airing on Sunset Fitness like right now. If you follow fitness specifically on YouTube, you might not want to know who the worst fitness YouTuber is. You might want to know I kind of do. After all, you should be avoiding somebody's advice, right? In this video, I'm going to explain to you the problem with using the term suboptimal, suboptimal, and what I think needs to replace in order to... I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I'll tell you what. If you want to watch whatever I just said, go to sunset-daily.com. No, what am I saying? Go to Sunset Fitness. Just go to sunset-tv.com and then find Sunset Fitness. Oh my God. I'm not sure why Kevin Costner, Whitney's bodyguard, co-host, hopped on stage with a super emotional tribute to both Whitney and Clive. Speaking to Davis from the stage, Costner said, "Neither one of us, in the end, could protect your beloved Whitney." Is there some anniversary of her death or something? Well, that's airing. TMC just aired that, and that's also airing on Sunset. Everything I'm talking about seems to be airing on Sunset Daily. But I'm not sure what this is, unless there was a tribute to Clive Davis yesterday. But was Kevin Costner that close to Whitney, to the point where he could talk about her drug abuse, and or save her? Oh, duh! What am I saying? Yeah, she died before the Grammys. Hello. Okay, so that sucks. So every year they got to remember that she died like hours before the Grammys started. That sucks. Yeah, so what did she do? She took pills and just fell into the fucking bathtub and drowned? Jesus Christ. Or did she kill herself? What was the deal with that? But either way, Kevin Costner nor Clive Davis could protect, well, Clive's beloved Whitney. I was going to say our beloved Whitney, but that's a little presumptuous, because I don't know if you all consider Whitney to be beloved. But Kevin Costner sure does, because when they played it in The Bodyguard in 1987, he still had this kinship, I guess, to think that he could have somehow saved her from the drug abuse that ended up killing her in the bathtub that year. Like, did they hook up? Did he bang her? I wonder if he did coke with her. You think Kevin? I know Kevin. Hey, you want to know something? Oh, I know what I want to announce. We're going to do a COVID test. I think I have COVID. We'll do it on the air, on the podcast. Is on the air the same as on the podcast? Oh, guess what, everybody? Ocelot wants to go out back again. And before he starts interrupting the show with his meowing because he can't hold himself back, I open the door, so we'll do a count. It's right now. Okay, let me say. All right. Anyway, so Kevin Costner definitely cheated on his wife. I'm letting you know that. I literally saw it in watch. Well, I mean, I watched them hook up at a bar. Now, whether they went back and actually banged, I'm assuming they did. But they certainly were together. And it wasn't his wife. And I say that because I was bummed out at the time. This was in the 90s. I was really bummed out. I was like, I can't believe he cheats on his wife. Is nothing sacred? Because I used to think Kevin Costner was way cool. Until I realized he cheated on his wife. But, yeah. I'm assuming they had to have gotten a divorce since then, because there's no way. He was just blatant about it. If I saw it, 50 other people saw it. And he certainly didn't give a fuck. The ladies of 80 for Brady praised Tom Brady's performance in the film. I was wondering how much he was in it. Remember he was in Ted? Okay, Ocelot's done with the outside. You done, Ossie? You done? You done with the balcony? Okay? Do cats not have any form of memory? Oh, it's cold out. They don't remember that? Imagine fighting for your life, not knowing if these are your last moments. Because that's what it's like for mice who get tested on. Our mission statement is that animals are not ours to experiment on, eat, wear, use for entertainment, or abuse in any way. Hey, you know something? I fucking love this mission statement. I'm taking it. That's my mission statement. You know, I'm always so lost for fucking words on what I do. And this just says it all. My mission, I gotta memorize. My mission statement is that animals and wildlife are not ours to experiment on, not ours to eat, nor wear, nor use for entertainment, let alone to abuse in any way. All right, I'm letting myself know that. I'm letting myself know that that's my new motto. Anyway, if you want to watch 52 seconds of mice being tormented in this tiny cage, probably filled with AIDS or whatever, sure. Oh, it's the near drowning test, whatever that is. They've been trying to get rid of that for decades. What the fuck is the meat? What is that? They make mice like... What do they do? They make them like not drown? They make them like swim in water? What the fuck is wrong with them? You know what else? Yeah, hang on. Sunset Daily. There's so much shit at Sunset Daily. Shit. Actually, this wasn't posted at Sunset Daily. This was just people. We're not allowed to use this. Evidently, Reese Witherspoon, who I love, I think, especially if she's not married, says she's so proud of her kids' success. Okay? Yeah, I like Reese. God, she still looks good, man. If this is recent. Also, Sheila E. says Shania Twain made the right decision passing on Prince album collaboration. Why? Sheila E. says Shania Twain doesn't need to dwell on what could have been, taking Prince up on an offer to collab. Oh yeah, I'm sure she's fucking all like just torn up and just can't get on with her life because of it. I'm sure that was just a sentence gone wild. She probably just said something like I said. Yeah, I regret not seeing the vision for Saban, when I was in Saban's office. Setting it up. Like that, and then that's like somebody going to Saban and then him saying this. Well, Don doesn't need to dwell on what could have been. Taking me up on an offer to collaborate on a breakup album years ago because Shania was right to say no. Was Shania Twain and... I'm fucking confused. Maybe I need to be more up on pop culture, but what the fuck are they talking about? So Shania Twain had a chance to work with Prince and didn't, and she regrets it? So what? I can't believe that's news. Tom Brady gives advice to a young fan while I study for football. Oh, yeah, but hang on a second. This so-called young fan has a laminate on and is with a father that has to be, I'm assuming, part of the press. So I don't know, man, if this is just some fan. It's not a fan, like you would think it's a fan off the street, but it's not. It's some fucking, People magazine guy, son. Why is everything, even that annoys me for some reason. Because it just seems like, you should say Tom Brady gives advice to the young fan that's the son of the People magazine guy that happens to be at the Grammy Awards on the red carpet. Because that's just not some random fan. I want to see Tom Brady walk up to a random fan in the subway and start telling him something. Or on the street. Anyway, remember Brady and Ted? Ted 2, I mean? He was excellent in that. They tried getting his sperm. Because Mark Wahlberg's character, I guess, wanted it for his kid or something. Or maybe Ted did. Someone wanted his sperm. It was quite funny. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do a COVID test on the air. I took two different types of melatonin 2 nights ago. So I woke up really lethargic yesterday. Just my head felt like 98,000 pounds were in it. And I didn't think much of it. I just thought I took too much too late or something. And but And then I thought usually what happens in that case, you just sleep it off, and you get back to normal. But I didn't get back to normal, and then last night I still kind of felt a little weird. And so in the middle of the night, I woke up at like 2:30, and then I was like, it was better, but I was like, I feel like it's not going away. And then I woke up like at 6 or whatever, and I felt better, but not perfect. So at the very least, I have something. I just don't know what it is. So the other antidote too is my nephew had it, and I can't remember if we spoke about it, but he had it minimally, like it was very faint, whatever that means. Those guys kept telling me that. My brother kept saying it's very faint. He said it more than a few times, and I guess one of my nephew's classmates had it. So he was out, and then I had dinner with him Saturday night. And not only that, I found 2 forks on my plate, and I'm thinking one of them was my nephew's, because he sits next to me all the time. And so I'm thinking, did I eat right off his fork? But he supposedly came up negative before we went over there, because my parents were there too. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll do the test in a few minutes or whenever, and we'll see if I have it. Finally, I mean, I've taken 3 different tests. There's no way I don't have something though. This will be the third time I've taken the test, the third cluster of times. Because when I take it, I tend to take it a lot. Like the week that I had people coming to me and I felt like shit, I was taking it like 2-3 times. Well, only one day I took it 3 times a day, but I was taking it 2 times a day, all week. And it was coming up negative, and then like I even wanted the people I was with to see, but I was like, listen, I still feel like shit. So I mean, you still don't want to get sick, a normal sick. We have to remember, like we had normal colds and sicknesses. we were sick normally before COVID broke. Now COVID broke. It's like your first reaction is, do I have COVID? Then it's like, I guess it's like, oh, well, now I only have the common cold, which still sucks, we have to remember. And I think we have to do stuff about it. For COVID, it's like, what do you do if you have it? That's what I was thinking last night at 2:30 in the morning. Like, say I have it, then what? You quarantine? Like, for any other thing, you go and get something. If you have a nasal thing, you get Sudafed. If you have ears, a sore throat, you get the stuff for a sore throat. I don't get any of that, though. But needless to say, I didn't take a fucking sleeping pill or melatonin pill. Those things are... If that's what made me lethargic yesterday, Jesus, shitballs, Billy. Oh, my God. Just brutal. Tonight on Newgrass Radio, I'm going to make sure some of the new Gibson Brothers album is played, and I added a slew of new shit to both stations. Well, to be honest, I'm going to add more. I have a ton of stuff I have to sort through. The people from Thin Lizzy, they were like, yeah, we'll give you, I asked for their live material. They gave me like 8 folders worth. I don't know what's in it, but I'm like, fuck. How many? I had no idea Thin Lizzy played. I don't know. I didn't know how many. And then the other thing is, we got this Beatles collection of live stuff. I had no idea they played live so much. I bet you those recordings suck. So I'm going to go over all them today. But a lot of the Beatles shit is real weak. Even the and I'm talking, not bootleg ones. We don't play bootlegs or whatever they're called, unless it's a legitimate bootleg. Like, we play Aerosmith bootleg, definitely. I fucking love that album. That's a great album. But anyway, so yeah, like right now I kind of have a headache, to be honest. What's the Ground Up Music Festival? Nugs.net is getting into that kind of stuff. That's a good idea for them. Ground Up Music Festival snarky puppy. I wonder how many people show up for this thing. Anyway, Biden and Harris spoke at the Democratic winter meeting, the Democratic National Committee's winter meeting. That also is airing on WA. That also was, well, it already aired. That's been at WSCA. FYI, the actual shooting of the balloon is posted at both, WSCA News, accordingly with our PBS News partners, this PBS NewsHour. They show how the U.S. forced down, the suspected Chinese surveillance balloon off the coast of South Carolina. And they also talk about the winter storms over the weekend. And an interview was done with the DOJ, or Memphis asked the DOJ to evaluate the city's police department. That's fucked up. I had posted that last week. I just been getting around to announcing it. But I didn't know Nugs.net started doing those festival things. The island nation of Haiti moved closer to the brink of collapse. Heavily armed gangs have taken over the capital and are targeting police after the country has been without a single elected official since early January. Jesus, what the fuck is with Haiti, man? Anyway, Jacqueline Charles, the Miami Herald's Caribbean correspondent, joins John Yang to discuss what she saw on her recent trip to Haiti. But yes, I guess the Haiti gangs have taken control of the entire country. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I don't know what to say. Right? I mean, you see this stuff on like TV where that happens, but like I don't know what to really think of it in real life. And how, I mean, like for instance, that Jacqueline woman who went over there, I don't know how much I'd be going over there. I just feel like anything can happen. Unless what is it? One man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist, or vice versa. So I mean, where do you draw? I understand that. And I don't know if Haiti was run well beforehand, but like, I guess it's bad to not have a leader if you don't have any organization. But I guess my confusion is, what do we do? What are we supposed to do about it? We went in and helped during the earthquake. That much I know. That much I know. That much I know. That much I know. And remember that manager guy I wanted to fight? He, one of his artists ripped off like everybody from Haiti. Like during that, I guess he raised money and never gave it to him. Dirtball. Go figure, right? But yeah, they're obviously Well, I don't know why we give a fuck. They're not real. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're part of the Caribbean. What does that mean with regard to the United States? Are they United States somethings? Or are they England? Because isn't the Bahamas, or aren't the Bahamas, or isn't the Bahamas England? I'm trying to find the Gibson album that I was sent the other day. I hope I didn't fucking delete it by mistake. I have the old shit, but I want to post the new stuff for y'all tonight. Tonight's I don't know what tonight's NPR Live is, but I will tell you. Tonight's NPR Live. I'm wasting time, but yeah, what do we have to get involved with Haiti? Are they somehow, is Marlon Williams, by the way, though he was new to many in the audience, The New Zealanders' Lonesome Set was one of the goers, was one, I can't see, is a, I can't read, I mean. Wait, the New Zealanders' Lonesome Set was the one festival goers were talking about for the rest of the weekend. Hear it tonight on All Things Considered Live at Live Jam. On Jam Fest, of course, is where Newgrass Radio is. And that's where I'll be playing the Gibson Brothers' new album. Not the entire new album, songs from it. I know it's here, so I just have to upload it. Well, I want to listen to it first, too. Yeah, but as far as Haiti goes, what are we supposed to do? That's my problem. Are we supposed to, like, go in and appoint a leader? Is that our deal? Whose deal is that? How do you deal with this? The reason why I care is because you know it's bad craziness there. No, not bad craziness, because that reminds me of Hunter S. Thompson going to fucking the Super Bowl that year. It seems like it's crazy there. And do you trust these people? I feel like they're going to, like, machete the fuck out of people. Or is that Africa? Where the fuck is Haiti? I remember when that earthquake hit, I thought Haiti was, like, by Tahiti. I had no idea it was, like, near us on the East Coast. I swear to God. I had no idea where fucking Haiti was. And then I didn't really I understood. The whole country imploded because of that earthquake. But that was because of the infrastructure. You know? I think you could blow the windows down. Blow the buildings down with your, with your mouth. Like, go and knock all those buildings down, let alone in a major earthquake. Speaking of earthquakes, man, oh shit. Whatchamacallit? The one that hit in Turkey, that was it was like 8 in itself or something, like an 8. Then within hours, another one hit that was 7.2. Now, mind you, the one I was in was, what was the one I was in? I think mine was 7.2. The only one I cared about was that one on January 19th. No, I don't think it was. And I don't know if it was on the 19th, but it was around there. The Northwidge quake? The Northwidge? Northwidge? I think it was like 6.5. It wasn't 7, dude. And that was fucked. I was like, what the fuck? There was so much reaction time, like 45 seconds or a minute and a half. And it was two-folded, too. It went boom. That was living hell. I was woken up in the middle of the night, like at 4:30 in the morning. I ran in my backyard and realized, oh, fuck, the house next to me is going to crash on top of me. So then I ran into the front yard, and by that time I was kind of like, maybe they say stand in the doorway, but my house was like made of twigs. It would have been like, it was rough. One of the people I work with, well, I wasn't, like this job I was going to get, this A&R job I was supposed to have, that never manifested. The person that was my pseudo boss, his fucking apartment got decimated. I literally went in with him and had to put a hard helmet on. I just wanted to check it out. And he lived on a lower level, so his place was fucked and all roped off, and he couldn't live there. He basically lived in Northridge or near it, and I lived in Venice, and it was right along that line. I lived a block off the beach, so my house was small, totally makeshift. But, it was Venice. Everything's kind of smallish. I don't know. But yeah, could you imagine being in, like, 2 that were in that range? Like, the one I was in, if it didn't hit 7, it didn't matter because it was just violent. It was somehow violent. It was, like, the other earthquakes I had been in prior to that, they were, like, swaying. The first one I was ever in, I was in an apartment building. That was the one, where Kyle Chandler lived, and I forget who else we talked about here. And I just sat there and it swayed for like 30 seconds, and I just called my dad at his store saying, hey, I went into I just was in an earthquake. It was cool. I swear to God. And we were laughing, ha ha ha. And then like years later, boom, that one hit. That was fucked. Yeah, that was, and I didn't, and then I realized, an earthquake is pretty much the worst thing you could ever want to be in, quite frankly. Because everything else you have sort of reaction time. Maybe minus tornadoes if you're, ballsy and staying there. But if you're away from a tornado, you could pretty much dodge tornadoes. You could pretty much dodge, hurricanes and cyclones. Or any of those tropical storms. You could get, or even if you stayed in them, you could pretty much figure out a way to live and prepare. Even though it would suck, and I'd recommend leaving. What are the other ones? Volcanoes? You pretty much have. My feeling is, don't live near a fucking an active volcano. That's fundamentally, just don't do that. But if one happens to erupt, according to the movies, if that's how you want to gauge things, the Pierce Bronson one especially, there was some reaction time. Those guys could have gotten out of that town plenty before it happened. I can't remember. There was another one in Norway, a movie one, where they got out too late. I don't know. I don't know how. I'm not good with sciences, so I don't know how to gauge an earthquake. You should be able to figure it out, I think. I don't know. There's got to be some forms of cause and effect in science behind it. I maintain when we had an earthquake here in Jersey, and I felt it. I was like, we just had a fucking earthquake. And we did. That was actually more scary because I didn't know we had earthquakes in Jersey. I had no idea. Then I learned, ironically, underneath New York City, some of the most, I forget what it's called, where the ground underneath the ground is all leveled in weird ways. There's a term for it I can't think of now, but it has something to do with tremor. I don't know, but they evidently, there could easily be earthquakes all over the East Coast. I had no idea that. I maintain it had something to do with the fracking in Pennsylvania, and then it affected us here. Fracking, because there's no way that's normal. To go in and go down, make a right, drill to the right or left, and then blow up the inner portion of the earth. There is no fucking way that is normal. I'm sorry. I don't know jack dick about dick, but that's not normal. Blowing up portions of underneath the ground is something we should not do. I'm sorry. We just shouldn't do it. If you want to extract oil, since we've done it, well, to be honest, there's really no need unless we need oil to, heat. But I thought we could do electric. I don't know, or nuclear is clean. I don't know. I just don't think plundering the fucking earth and then sending it sideways and then exploding underneath it is healthy. I'm sorry, I just don't. What are the other natural disasters? Tsunamis. Tsunami. See, that's why I think I'm sick. I can't even say tsunami. Can I say cities? Cities. Cities. A tsunami. There's reaction time in the sense that, okay, an earthquake just hit. Let's get the fuck away from the beach. However, when it hits, you're kind of rat fucked. At least according to that one I saw on TV. The one that recently happened in Bangladesh or down there. Oh, Mama. I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if Owen Wilson's in it, but someone's in it. Someone's in that movie where they live. I think someone dove into a pool or something. That was kind of smart. I don't know what you would do. Or maybe that was maybe jumping in the pool was when they got shot up on the beach. I feel like that was a subject line mattered. A storyline in some movie too, where terrorists come and shoot up the beach. I know it was a Hawaii Five-0 episode. I know it was probably like 4, but I'm not counting that because, as we all know, there's nothing that does not happen in Hawaii, according to that show. I'm telling you, there's nothing that doesn't happen. From elephants getting out of cages and being let go and running down the street, to Russian submarines coming up on the coast, to McGarrett flying Blue Angels, to him being caught in South America by these gorillas. Not orangutan gorillas, like GUE gorillas. Human gorillas. I'm pretty sure his mom was captured by them. I'm telling you, nothing. There's nothing. Kidnapping, I mean. Everything happens there. Should we do our COVID test? We should probably do it. Let's do it. Okay, I think I just did it. Well, I mean, I know I just did it. I think I did it correctly. Or correct. Yeah, so we'll see. Let me see. So, positive is what? Positive is T. Alright, so we'll see. I'm definitely up to the T. And, wait, invalid result. Okay, so I don't know, it's still going. Should I better have it? Maybe I don't have it? I don't know, but I don't think I did this right. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll just move on. It just seems like I didn't do it correct. But we'll see. Anyway, let me get this out of here, and sorry about that. And we'll move on. But anyway, today, oh wait, here I got the result. Oh shit, it came up negative. Fuck. There's no way. I can't believe this. I mean, I just figured, the reason why I'm like exuberating in this like bad way, like, or feeling negative is because something's wrong. So, I just assumed it would be COVID. Maybe, I guess it was the melatonin. No, it's point blank under C. So it's not even close, invalid, or whatever. Man, I really thought I had it. I was like nervous, honestly. Like my hands are still shaking. Oh, fuck me. This is the second time I've been disappointed that I didn't have it. The first time I ever took it, I was not. I was happy. Bear bile. Yeah, I have a new rule. There should be 0 percentile bear bile used on this planet. And again, I don't even know what bear bile is. I don't care what bear bile is. I just know it's probably something in the fucking esophagus that they scrunch up. Unless it's something they shit out. Either way, there's no way bear bile is nothing but gross. So even if you shove it into a pill, let's be real. It's going to be like a placebo anyway, because we know bear bile doesn't do jack dick. So you might as well just not use bear bile, and you might as well just sell placebos. Okay? Cut the bear bile fucking things. Don't entrap a bear to produce bear bile. I don't care what bear bile is, but there should be none of it. It doesn't do anything. Bear bile does not do anything. Okay? You heard it from me. 0 percentile. 0.0. Okay? Not one human being regardless if you're the Chinese. Yeah, but then again, I get it with the Chinese. I mean, these guys fucking have surveillance balloons that were made in 1953. I mean, they don't have satellites. I still don't understand this whole, like, it makes no sense. Evidently, there's one over Latin America, too. Or South America or somewhere. All right, but maybe we should better understand the Chinese society, because they seem to be backwards ass there. If they're using bear bile to get healthy in some way, they're complete freaks. And if they're using air balloons to fucking get surveillance in America, hello? We can see them. You do know that, right? I mean, how would you even miss that? There's no way to miss that. How did we miss it? Didn't a commercial airline actually caught it? How did NORAD not fucking get that? Seriously. Fucking thing that it comes meandering over from the Aleutian Islands, over Wyoming, over that Air Force base. What do they want to do? Are we going to, like, start a war? They do realize we would decimate the fuck out of them, right? Even though the Republicans say our military can't even knock over a hot air balloon. Or whatever it is. Who said that? Who said that? Marco Rubio? Wasn't he the same guy that read Ted Cruz? Or was that Ted Cruz that read Dr. Seuss in Congress and wasted an entire night? Hey, you want to hear Ocasio-Cortez Ortega defend Ilion Mustard, whatever her name is?
There is nothing consistent with the Republican Party's continued attack, except for the racism.
I mean, on behalf of her physical appearance alone, we should just listen.
Body. I had a member of the Republican caucus threaten my life, and you all and the Republican caucus rewarded him with one of the most
She's like jumping up and down.
committee assignments in this Congress. Don't tell me this is about consistency. Don't tell me that
Hallelujah.
anti-Semitic remarks.
Hallelujah.
A member of the Republican caucus who have talked about
Hallelujah. You say it, woman.
an entire amount of troops, and also
Go on,
give her to some of the highest committee
How do they
assignments
say
in this
that?
body. This is
Yeah, right.
and women of color in this
That's right, woman.
United States of
You
America.
say it, woman.
Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single time expired. My life was correct.
You say that, woman. Yeah, slap your fucking shit down. We didn't hear the beginning.
Has been the
Yeah,
targeting and racism against Muslim Americans throughout the United States of America, and this is an extension of that.
Go, girl.
Consistency. There is nothing consistent with the Republican Party's continued attack, except for the racism and incitement of violence against women of color.
So far, no
in this
dislikes.
body. I had a member of the Republican caucus threaten my life,
Yeah,
and
you heard this
all
already.
and the
Yeah, I heard that in real time. That was funny. That wasn't funny. She just started jumping up and down. I was like, holy shit, dude, she's going off. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess someone had to do it. I mean, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I mean, getting knocked off of that committee, I mean, what everybody should just understand is that any committee set forth, or any committee that's like, you know, like that. First of all, there's an argument against, you know, the Democrats keeping. No, they didn't keep Republicans off. Hang on a second. Just all they need to do is replace. Just put someone else in. If I were the Dems, I pick and choose my battles. This isn't one. What's your face, Ocasio? What we just heard. You said your piece. Move the fuck on. Just get in there. Someone effective. That's all. I mean, it sucks. But you know you're going to get this type of shit with McCarthy. He's got nothing else. And remember, I know it's hard. You know it's the typical thing where you know it's going to happen, you see it happening, you say it's going to happen, you talk about it, but then when you watch it actually happen, it's hard. I get it. It's happened 3 to 5 times in the Trump era. I mean, I get it. It's really weird. Why? You know, because it's all, I guess, hearsay until it happens. However, you know what you're getting with McCarthy. You got to just dodge it. Because we have a few more years to get through that cycle of nuttiness. You have to let it come full circle. Case in point is, say it to me, Santos. I mean, you literally have to let that fucking guy run its course for 2 years and elect him out. That's how our democracy works. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. But fundamentally, the Democrats should have fucking won that election. I mean, that was a gimme. I could have won it, even with my horrific record of being a dick. And, well, I don't know if would my record show up if it's expunged? See, I technically could say, if anyone ever brought it up, I'd say it was dismissed. Because when you get something expunged, it quote-unquote gets dismissed. So, I don't know. There's some guy that had 4 felons, but they were tax ones, if that counts. That's running for governor against Murphy, who was just announced on Explore New Jersey yesterday. ExploreNewJersey.org. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. But, I mean, at least he's being honest. Hey, whoa, who the hell? There's some hot chicks on TMZ. Some of Hollywood's biggest names, plus a skateboarding legend, are pitching in to help Tyree Nichols' mother and stepdad with big donations to help his memorial fund. See, I don't subscribe to the fact that he was brought here to do that, to die. Okay, first of all, I don't like the breeding to die thing in general. But if you're breeding a kid to come up against 6 cops, 5 cops, 7 cops, and die that way as a way to make, as a martyr, or a way to make a point, or you're going to make things better, but that's complete bullshit. Okay, that's the typical God thing, oh, thank God for you saving me from this earthquake after you got me trapped in it. Thanks God for smashing this building on top of me. Thank you. But also thank you for getting me out. But you never thank them for the actual building crashing down on top of them. And God having that happen in the first place. Why? It's so weird when people thank God. I mean, thanking God for a touchdown and winning a Grammy. I get it. Because, if there is a higher power, that's what he wants to see. That's what he wants to see. It really wants you to score. It wants you to win a championship. Out of all the shit going around, maybe they have a point, because he's certainly not paying attention to the turkeys of the world that have earthquakes plummeting on top of them. Plundering on top of them. I mean, God works in the weirdest ways, man. We discussed that he totally caters to psychotics as a way to send its message. I mean, think about the creme de la creme of this world that has billions of dollars. They are all complete fucking scumbags and have done something corrupt and wrong. But yet, they are our creme de la creme with billions of dollars. Oil, this, drugs. It seems like in order to do that, you either have to break something in even in the film and entertainment industry. It seems like you're capped over drug dealers, smugglers, whatever. You're watching movies, it's like all the people that got mega rich all do something illegal. All do something illegal. Didn't the Kennedys run moonshine? I mean, how is that different than running moonshine today, quite frankly? Is moonshine legal? I think it's illegal in some states. I mean, I guess the bud thing, I don't know. By the way, we need to take more credit for the bud thing. I take it for granted that. Why I don't mention how weed won the West? Is because I don't think it's as good as American Drug War, The Last White Hope. And it took a lot. I'm against documentaries that put other footage from other documentaries in that one, because that to me is lazy. But I mean, at the same time, I got where it was at. I mean, why spend the money and redo it? But, you know, I mean, think about that. That came out in 11 or 13 or something. 2013. I guess it goes back to the same thing where I'm always first with it, and everybody thinks I'm a fucking kook. And then when it becomes normal and legal in Jersey, no one remembers it ever started with me. No one. Yeah, so I got to really promote that we have that album out. And that we were part of the documentary film, and I put the music in it and all that stuff. I don't know. Same with the American Drug War, but that was a legit film. American Drug War, The Last White Hope, people need to see it, quite frankly. I mean, it may be dated because, again, when you're the first, no one listens when I spew out shit at first before it gets mainstream. But now it's like all this stuff in there, like, about corporations and this and that and corporate responsibility and the modern day, I don't even remember what it was about, but the modern day slavery factor, in the sense that, like, how hard it is to get out of the criminal justice system. And then if you let's even take it a step further and say you're in it and then you are a telemarketer or you do work and you're paid like 20 cents on the dollar or 6 cents on the dollar. I mean, that's modern day slavery. If you get certain races or certain element of people stuck in a situation that they can't get out of and that the only way that they can make money is to work for pennies on the dollar, how is that not slavery? Even though, don't get me wrong, you're in prison. So I kind of get it, but, it's that vicious cycle. Why are you in prison in the first place? And it's hard to stay out of. Once you're in, it's like you got to do so much. I mean, I watched something where the guy couldn't even get a job, and the woman was right, the parole officer or PO or whatever, because you're not allowed to be around other felons. But some felon happened to work at this pizza joint, so he couldn't even apply for a job at the pizza joint as a delivery boy. Think about that. I think what I'm really pissed off about is, and I also can't figure it out. There's something on Netflix about the Central Park 5. I didn't know much about it. It happened in 89, 90. It was right when I moved to LA. So I guess I just wasn't a part of it. I didn't know about the Trump ad until the last 3, 5, 6 years. But the one thing I can't figure out in the film is it seems like they actually did time, whereas I thought they were acquitted. So I have to rewatch it, or I don't know, but that whole thing pissed me off. I mean, thank God there have been regulations with regard to the criminal justice system in the sense that you must video your suspect, in the sense that you must have someone there. Like, there's rigid laws now to get away. But that was 1989/90, where these cops were just assholes. I mean, just complete fucking assholes. I couldn't believe the assholinity in these people. And what I'm saying is, that's them getting caught. Remember, the DA and even the fucking AUSA were cunts. Because they were prosecuting based on bullshit, based on people being in an area. No science, nothing. But yet they were willing to throw people in prison for a lifetime for politics. It was just hell. I was so bummed out at watching that. I couldn't wait for it to take a turn and, like, in the movie when, like, the bad things happen, like in wrestling, the guy gets beat up for like an hour and a half, and then in the last 3 minutes he wins. He comes back and wins. In movies, that's how it is. You go through that 15-minute span of time in an hour-long drama show where things suck, and then you pick up the pieces in the last 15 minutes. I was expecting that to happen in this film. It's like Now You See Me or something. But there's like the only thing I could think of is maybe the third episode is what it would have been like if they were found guilty. That's what I'm in the hope of. So I got to go back and watch the last one, I think. Again, with the hope that they got acquitted in that one, and then they show that, which, quite frankly, I love that concept for a movie, if it hasn't been done. Especially for a movie about truth, what could have been. Because if let's say they were not acquitted, and the one guy did time for 30 years, or however many years, I mean, you're fucked. This is a human life. You're fucked. Eddie Murphy says Martin is playing himself and Martin Lawrence's kids wed. What? The actor, comedian, children Jasmine Lawrence and Eric Murphy, have been dating since 2001. Wait, all right, Jasmine Lawrence, so that's Martin Lawrence's kid, and Eric Murphy. I feel like I know an Eric Murphy. That's Eddie Murphy's kid, are dating. Martin is paying. Oh, I got it. Okay. Eddie Murphy says Martin's paying if their kids get married. Eddie Murphy was great in that movie called You There. I know I've said this 50 times, but the only person that wasn't great in it was Jonah Hill, which I maintain he shouldn't even act. He tries to do that smart role where he's a partier or something all the time. Like he's the smart partier. He's the guy that does coke that like makes it in life. Like that type. I just posted the State Department holding its briefing as the unrest continues in Haiti. So I'm sure we'll know more after that. Further, at Rescue TV, even the dogs didn't bother this injured cat. He knew he needed help. Shorty Bigfoot is safe and healthy thanks to the support of our donors who pay for these surgeries. If you appreciate our work, please join Hope for Paws today and donate to them. Katie McKittrick arrived while he was sleeping, so she knew something. She knew what? She knew she had to act fast. Okay, so the cat's injured and sleeping, so she had to move fast. The cat showed up 2 weeks ago, and the family had been feeding him. Well, just go watch it, Sunset, at Rescue TV. What am I saying? Remember, it's a rescue, so it's good. I love it. Oh, I tried to get away. Katie McKittrick. Okay, Katie has it, and the cat's doing well, evidently. But it's injured. It was injured. But the cat's doing okay. I don't know. That's at Rescue TV today. This week. Next. What else? What else is going on in the world? Hey, did I tell you a weather balloon was shot down? No, a Chinese surveillance? Like I said, it's quadruple baffling. The way the Republicans are dealing with one, maybe it's triple baffling. Triple baffling. The fact that they don't have real surveillance like a satellite, and the way that the fucking Chinese are spinning it just is pissing me off. The way that the Chinese are spinning it as if this is our fault for shooting it down. What did it was? Did you just let it go back to China? Was it heading back to China? Why didn't it go back the other way? Fuck that. We're shooting it down, bitch. And again, if it wasn't the size of 3 school buses, it would have been shot down in Wyoming. You can't shoot it down in Wyoming even if only 3,000 people were going to be involved. 2,000. You don't want a truck falling down on you. Or metal. I mean, just don't be stupid. I know you're not being stupid. I know you're just being political. Okay? And don't also blame the military. Don't say our military is weak. Okay? Stop it. First of all, what happened to you Republicans? You Republicans, go to... Where's Lindsey Graham when you need him? Lindsey Graham, has orgasms talking about the fucking military. All of a sudden, you guys want to cut the shit? Why? I don't care. I'm for it. I'm below my breath. But when they're talking about this debt ceiling shit, I'm like, My only problem is it's already paid. That we already spent the money is the problem. But under my breath, I'm like, fuck the military. I don't give a shit. Even if we cut the military by 10 billion, we'd still be the best military prowess on the planet by 80,000 times. Okay, case in point. Case in point, Chinese uses these these balloons to gain surveillance, to spy on us. These balloons. I just am baffled. That's the triple-folded, baffling thing. The last part of it. How do they not? They have satellites too, right? I'm assuming the balloon, maybe you could see more. That makes no sense. Well, you know what? It is quadruple baffling because I don't know how NORAD didn't pick the fuck up. It's a balloon that went into our surveillance. I mean, how do you get around that? Maybe that's what the balloon does. Gets around radar. I don't know. Maybe that's what the balloon does. Gets around radar. So this is quadruple baffling. The fact that we could not fucking figure out that there was a balloon in it until a commercial airline saw it is a joke. Wake up, NORAD. Secondly, the way that the Chinese are spinning this, go fuck yourself. Okay? Seriously. Go fuck yourself. Thirdly, the fact that they don't have fucking satellites is ridiculous. And fourthly, the way the Republicans are trying to spin this is ridiculous. I mean, I hope everybody can figure out that it's political, but they're not because the people that their audience are stupid people. Oh, that's the problem. They listen and agree. More news coming up, if you don't mind hanging on a sec. The Congressional Black Caucus. Black Caucus. Have you guys heard that Niall Sanders Black Hawk? Crank actors? It's priceless. Jesus, 2 fucking commercials. Hang on.
Hello, this is Niall Standish calling.
Hello, sir.
Hello. I was calling because I had some questions about cock for my bathroom.
Okay, so you're going to want Billy to resist, right?
Yes, sounds all right, okay. I'm sure you know more about cock than I do.
Okay.
All right. Now, how big is this cock?
It is in a 10-ounce tube, and it comes in clear.
Now, does the cock smell?
It's got kind of an odor to it for about 24 hours.
Oh, and that'll dissipate. Is there a taste to the cock?
What was the last question?
Is it dangerous? Is it poisonous in case the cock gets in my mouth or in my eye?
Well, you don't want to get it in your eye, because it does have some solvents in it. I mean, it's an insecure cock.
So there's many different kinds of cock, yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. How many different kinds of cock do you
Lots of cock.
For around tubs and sinks and stuff like that.
Wherever.
Well, I have a bunch of cocks that you can, weatherproof your concrete and for expansion joints and stuff like that.
And does the cock harden, or?
No, it doesn't. There's not many cocks that do. You have to go with epoxies for it to be real hard.
As far as colors of cock go, what about colors?
Well, if you get it in tubes, you only have about 8 colors to choose from.
Like
dark grays to light grays to browns, whites.
you don't have any black cock.
Yeah.
Now the black cock, is that bigger?
Yeah, but I don't have the black sanitary cock.
So the black cock is unsanitary.
Well, it's not.
So just so I have it straight.
Again this morning, we're breaking news
Lot
on
of different kind of cock. You
Sorry.
carry black cock and white cock, and the cock doesn't get hard.
I have to post
and
a
it's
new
okay
news.
to get the cock in your mouth.
No, you definitely don't.
Whoa!
Speak for yourself, love.
Have a good day, sir.
Tom,
Oh, we missed the joke at the end. We missed the joke at the end. Here.
cock doesn't get hard, and it's okay to get the cock in your mouth.
No, you definitely don't want cock in your mouth.
But speak for yourself. Now.
Speak for yourself.
Have a good day, sir.
Tom,
Anyway, the Black Caucus is...
Black history
Here.
is American history. We also are here to kick off Black History Month.
Yeah, baby.
Third, given the urgency and relevance of the attack on
Yeah,
teaching
yeah.
Black history in this nation, we have joined together. Together with my two colleagues, we are partners in today's kickoff of our
Shit, I pressed the wrong button.
legislation.
Yeah, all right.
That we will talk about
Right, I'll try to
and
get the fuck
present
out of here.
to the nation.
Here's another one.
Black history is American history. We also are here to kick off.
All right, so that's happening this month. Alex and share a relaxing dip in the tub on Throwback Thursday. So that'll be aired this week, or maybe that was last week. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's something I posted years ago. Sorry. It's them frolicking in a tub. I guess I don't know what the fuck. All right. Anyway, PETA has revealed that monkeys with deadly diseases are being imported into the U.S. for animal experimenters. Monkeys imported for lab experiments have brought a bacteria classified as bioterrorism agent into the U.S. Here is what the CDC government isn't telling you. That should be real news, but it's on Sand TV. I mean, this should be real fucking news, dude. How is it different than what they did with the COVID bat? Maybe that's what I have, since I don't have COVID. Fuck. I can't believe I don't have COVID. I was hoping I was hoping I had COVID, at least. I mean, I didn't really care, because I would have just stayed here. I would have just stayed in all week. I'm going to do the same. I'm not leaving anyway. Who cares? Anyway. Alice and Bond. Oh, yeah, we already did this. Anyway, I'm posting that video of them frolicking in it. It's for Throwback Thursday. I guess that's our throwback. What's happening here is I put the same thing up twice. So, with that said, we have finished. Thank fucking God ad nauseum. All right, stay in touch. Garcia later.